This really is the forgotten people. It's the invisible people of our country today. There's a cultural stigma that's laid over the mobile home communities that makes it that much more challenging for people who live in them. These are the kids that have the same excitement, the same potential as any kid would have anywhere.
When I grow up, I either want to be a teacher or an art teacher.
When I grow up, I want to be a soccer player.
When I grow up, I want to be an artist.
I want to be a doctor because, I don't know, I like helping people.
They can go on to do the things that they hope for, like being a lawyer, like being a doctor, like being a soccer player.
The story of Maple Hill, it's hard to sum up. It's a God story, and I feel like God has given us an invitation to be a part of it, and I just love it. Can you come to homework help at 4 o'clock? Maybe? The way I got introduced to this community I had never even heard of was Beth McCann. She was a school nurse at Rockford School District, and she came to me and said, I want to do a VBS at this mobile home park called Maple Hill.
And I saw lots of needs. Some of the kids were being exposed to things that children shouldn't be exposed to. And so I wanted to expose them to Christ and the Word and love.
I came out to the park with very little expectations, and all of a sudden the children, they started to gather, and I just fell in love with the kids. And they were just looking for someone to be with them and to invest in them, and I was hooked. That's 20-some years ago, and from that it's just really grown. It's become an annual event that we come out here every single year. It's not only our church, but another church has joined us, and they bring about 56 middle schoolers and other staff, and they live out at the park for that week and just love on the children.
What begins with you?
In addition to that, we've also started homework help. A lot of these parents are working multiple jobs, and they're just not there to help their kids. So we feel like that's a structured time, and it also really builds in helping them to be successful at school. Chipotle contacted our church and just said that they had some extra food and were wondering if they could donate it.
Hi, Dory.
So one of our volunteers, Dory Anderson, she goes to Chipotle weekly and picks up whatever extra food they have.
All right.
And so we started a thing called Taco Tuesday, and we'll have about 70 residents and kids come and join us for a meal and just share that together. It's just awesome.
Hi, have a good day. Bye, Dory.
The good part is when I see that bus, I know that the kids are up to something good.
On Wednesday nights and Sunday nights, the kids, any of the elementary school kids, middle school, high school kids, the bus will come out to Maple Hill and actually transport them to Wayzata Free Church. Maple Hill Estates is a really diverse community. The majority are Caucasian, but there's also a huge growing Hispanic community and also Laotian. There are a lot of adults in those areas that don't speak English as their first language that we're really wanting to improve on their English skills so that they can do better at teacher conferences, that if they want to get a job, they need to be able to speak English. So we offered ESL, and that's offered once a week out here, and the adults can gather to be able to build on those skills. Over the 20 years with working with Maple Hill Estates, we've been building a really awesome relationship with Barry, the owner. And this last spring, he contacted us and said, there's a double wide that is for sale. It's next to the playground. I know you've been looking for a place to meet. Would you be interested? And I was like, are you kidding me? This would be awesome. So we went ahead and we purchased the house, and we've called it the Hope House. And it's based on the verse from Romans 15:13. And it goes, may the God of hope fill you with joy and peace as you trust in Him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. And that is our prayer for these kids and for everyone that enters the house, that they will really sense that hope that is offered by God to every one of us.
We are so excited what's been happening with Mobile Hope, but now we're going to be able to even take our dreams to the next level. This fall we received word that we were awarded a grant in a partnership with the City of Corcoran, which is going to allow us to build a permanent community center on site.
My name is Chris Doherty, and I live here at Maple Hills Estates. And right where I'm sitting is where we plan on building the new community center.
We're going to call this building the Hope Center. It's going to be a central gathering space that we can have the entire community gather year-round. We're planning on things like computer lab for job training and to use it for homework help. There's going to be an area for a fitness center that will be able to offer healthy alternative activities, and a youth center for the kids to call their own. Other things like a kitchen, an arts and craft room, large gathering space, will make this a very busy place. This, of course, means we're going to need even more volunteers.
Many of these communities are right around the corner, and they can drive down the street and begin to have a tremendous impact right where they're planted. With the skills that they have, it takes a tremendous amount of volunteers to be able to do this work. It takes people of all ages, it takes teachers, it takes nonprofit leaders, it takes people who can organize, it takes people who can do the work, it takes a lot of different faces in order to come into a community, as well as empower those from within the community to rise up and to begin to look at their own community and say, we can do this, and we can do this together.